everything down if you want to. Be brave enough to write every one of your goals down. I'm going to tell you something. Life's going to hit you in your mouth, and you got to do huge favor. Your why.
Hey, good morning. Bread and Butt 16. Nikki G, thanks for joining, guys. I'm going to make this quick because my phone literally is dying. I have it's in the teens. I've been sitting in traffic for 40 minutes. And I would have scoped earlier. Bonjour. Hello, everybody. Thanks for being here. Peace and blessings, peace and love. Happy Monday. I'm going to give it a few minutes. And then the smart chic, thanks for coming. Bread and Butter Anthony, got it. Bread and Butter Anthony, good to see you, man. Thanks for being here today. TGIM, that's right. Thank God it's Monday. And I'm going to ask you guys to do me a favor. I always ask you people for a favor, and before I introduce myself, if you like the title, if you like what I'm about, if you like anything I've done in the past, if you're new in the scope, do me a huge favor and share this with your friends and your followers and everybody you know to get them in here. Hey, good morning, Citizen Crane. I had another message, and then I was on your scope, and you kind of inspired me to do something, to talk about something else. So, it's a little bit, it has something to do with kind of what you talked about to further your point. And initially I had another message that I just came up with today, but after listening to your scope, I understood the importance of what you were talking about, and I wanna touch on that because I have experience in that as well, where I was in a situation where I thought something wouldn't happen, and I needed to find iron sharpens iron. That helped me out. So exactly. Boom. Now you always bring straight value, so I appreciate that. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. My name is Ebongeka. I'm a certified public accountant in the Washington, D.C. area. I'm also the author of the best-selling business book, Start Me Up, The No Business Plan. And I am the founder of Economics. My last name is Eka. Economics. We focus on your mission, your mindset, and your money. Sharia me. How's it going? Good to see you. And we focus on your mission, your mindset, and your money. And the importance of those three things being congruent. And what I mean by that is you have to have those three areas of your life handled in order to live in the amazing life that you want to live. Everybody who lives an amazing life has those three areas, has their mission handled, has their mindset handled, and has their money handled. Because you can't do anything if any of those three areas are all jacked up. All right. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about, hey, Jamel Sanders. First of all, thank you guys for being here. Focus on your mission, your mindset, and your money. Your mission, your purpose. If your purpose ain't right, doesn't matter. If it's not right, you won't be able to do anything. If you don't have a good mindset, when you hit the lows that will come to you, you'll crumble like cookie, right? And then the last is your money. If your money's not right, you're going to be stressed. You're going to make poor decisions based on the fact you don't have the money you need. So it's not about saving. It's about making and generating or earning or whatever, producing, whatever you need to do. All right, so today's message really quick. It's called Iron Sharpens Iron. And now I was on Matt Crane, Citizen Crane. He's also on Blab, Matt Crane 10X. You go check him out. He's another, I love his stuff. I love his scopes. He's a go-getter. You go follow him. He's always killing it. And, not only with the motivation, but with the real estate game. He's telling you about stuff about real estate to get you in a different place so that you can think differently what people are telling you. People are telling you to go buy a house, but he's trying to get you to go buy property. There's a difference. A house you live in. Property is what you use to generate income. That's what matters more. So that's part of your money being handled. So that reminded me about the importance of iron sharpens iron. That's a saying in the Bible. I believe it's in Proverbs. And iron sharpens iron, so does one man sharpen another, or one woman sharpen another. The point is simple. If you don't have other people in your life to push you, to challenge you, to keep you accountable in a way that progresses you forward, you're never going to get to where you need to be. You are never going to get to the level that you know you can be. In life, there's two areas, right? There's where you currently are, and I call these two levels. There's where you currently are, and then there's your potential. Everybody knows they have their potential. Everybody knows their own particular potential. You know what you can do. You have a general idea how high you can go. You have a general idea what level you can be at, whether it's monetarily, whether it's with relationships, whether it's in your mission, your mindset, right? The space in between is the gap. And the problem with a lot of people is they don't realize that gap can be closed. But in order to close that gap, you got to have other people to push you to that level, right? Everything in life, you look at biology. When you look at biology, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's seed in the ground. It doesn't matter if it's a human being having a baby. It doesn't matter if it's a caterpillar becoming a butterfly. There's difficulty. There's tremendous adversity that we have to go through in order to come through on the other side in a strong manner, in a place where we end up being. In order to lift weights, if you work out, in order for you to get to the place where you're stronger, faster, longer endurance, you got to push yourself to another level. In order to run a 10K, a marathon, whatever it is, you got to push yourself to another level. It requires you to be pushed. In some cases, you can be pushed by the elements, by society. But in other cases, a better way is being pushed by people you respect, being pushed by people who are on the same journey as you are, and being pushed by people who have your best interests at heart. There are people in your life who will give you negative advice. I call those opinions because they're not advice. They give you opinions based on what they believe, not on any experience or any type of information. It's based on this is what I think, which I could care less about. I could care less. Actually, that's not true. I couldn't care less about what your opinions are, especially if they're unsolicited. So I got to remind you, one way to come from a place of iron sharpening iron is I implore you got to find somebody in your life, in your circle, right, who can provide you with the necessary feedback that comes from a place of they have your best interest at heart. They're giving you advice based on their experiences or something they've learned, something bad. You can learn a lot from people who failed just as much as you can learn from people who've succeeded. The mistake we make is we think that we can only learn from people who are succeeding. The thing is, for me, I've learned just as much from people who failed that I've learned from people who've succeeded. And exactly, Carlene, you got to find your own personal counsel. Everything in life has a cabinet. Man, it has a cabinet, a council, advisory circle, advisory board of some sort. It doesn't have to be formal, but you can go find a mentor and come from a place of service, right? People are busy. People ask me to mentor them all the time. I don't have time. When I've been able to find mentors of my own, it's because I come from a place of service. I go to them with the idea that I want to help them, and then in turn, the reciprocity that ends up coming is that they give me their wisdom, they give me their experiences, they give me their time, right? Exactly. You got to find a tribe that's devoted to excellence. Wisdom is a principal thing. Exactly. So you mentioned, thank you so much, Carlene. Yeah, I try to do that. There are people who do the same thing for me. I reach out to people all the time, say, look, this is what I'm struggling with. What do you think? And these are people who've done it before, who have insight, who have maybe they have the experience, time in life, whatever it is that I can learn from. And I want you guys to do the same thing. You have to come from a place of service. Exactly, Shariami. But the second thing is you have to be cognizant of the importance. Literally, the importance of having something in your life that sharpens iron. You cannot sharpen your knife with plastic. You can't sharpen your knife with weak, soft things. You can't sharpen your knife with people who aren't consistent in who they are. You can't sharpen your knife with people who aren't on a path or on a mission, who are trying to get to another level, right? People who are stuck in a certain area, you can't sharpen your knife with them. It's not going to work. And in some cases, it doesn't mean you got to get rid of them, but you got to find other people who can push you. So they can be virtual mentors. They can be actual mentors. People you know. It could be a book. And when you read it, the words challenge you to think differently. When you read it, the words challenge you to figure out what do I need to do in order to change my situation, in order to change my life. Whatever it is your responsibility. Look, success is your responsibility. It's your duty. It's your obligation. Right? We were not born to be on this earth, to pay bills and be a regular human being. Look, slavery, feudalism, servitude, all that crap was out the window centuries ago, right? You have the ability now on this earth with these kinds of tools, social media, technology, to come up with an idea, foster the idea, find people who are currently doing it, and then actually expand and grow it so that you can close the gap of your life. You're right here. There's a gap. There's your potential. We're all built and born to be here to reach our potential. Do not fall for the cognitive bias in your life where someone will come to you and say, well, not everybody's supposed to. That's their opinion. It doesn't matter what they say. They quit. They're trying to convince you to quit with them so they don't feel alone. That's the long and short of it. I hear from so many people like, well, you never know. You can't help everybody out. What if everybody became wealthy? What the hell does that have to do with anything? Not everybody's going to become wealthy because they're going to listen to your stupid ass story. That's exactly what I think when they say that to me. Like, oh yeah, not everybody's meant to be rich. What the hell does that mean? So you can be poor. That's fine. I have no problem with your poverty. That's not my responsibility, right? There's no nobility in poverty. But if you choose to be that, by all means, enjoy. Yeah, exactly. Dreams. You can keep the dream. You can keep it. You can steal that dream. Keep it. You're not gonna affect my. You're not gonna destroy my garden with your big feet and your words. So that's exactly what I say. You quit. People will quit and they'll try to bring you with them because they don't want to be alone. Misery loves company for a reason. So as I close this, I want to just remind you guys, look, you have everything you need. Your goal in life right now is to close your gap, right? Where you currently are, look back and revisit your life. I do this every single week. Every Monday, every Sunday or Monday, I'm looking back and I revisit my goals. I think about what my goals are for the week and for the next month and for the next year. What do I want to be? I haven't done a good job this is me being honest. I haven't done a good enough job as I could. I know what my potential is. I have a great idea what my potential is, and I haven't reached it. And if I haven't reached it, it's my fault. It's not the situation. It's not the economy. It's not the presidents or the politicians or somebody. It's none of that garbage. It's me. I'm not doing what I need to do. If I go all out and grind like a crazy person, there's nothing that can stop me. And the thing is, I know the same thing can happen for you. That's why you have to have iron sharpen iron. You want your sword to be so sharp, you can slice through life. You can slice through the garbage of life. You can slice through the BS of people's opinions and the negative energy that will undoubtedly surround you. If your sword is so sharp, right? If your blade is so sharp, and so you have precision in what you're doing. You be intentional and deliberate in what you're doing and trying to accomplish. So I want to remind you of the importance of that as you go through your day, right? You got to sharpen the hell out of that shit so that it's razor sharp and you can slice through the BS, right? There's a reason between the people who are successful and those who struggle for most of their lives. You can go back and take a look and see why they struggled. You can see they didn't have the requisite sharpening that they needed. They didn't have the requisite people in their lives. They weren't committed to the process. They weren't committed to what they were trying to accomplish. And you can do that, right? So I only come on here and share this with you guys because I believe you guys. I know you guys can do it, right? I can't have this conversation with somebody whose brain's not there. If your mind's not at the level where it needs to be, it doesn't matter what I tell you. Look, if your mind's not at the level where it needs to be, it doesn't matter if Warren Buffett comes down from Omaha and says you should invest in these stocks. If you don't believe in the stock market, it won't matter, right? If Jesus comes down and says, "Hey, I'm a man of God," whatever, and you don't believe in Christianity, it doesn't matter, right? So if you honestly believe that it's possible, if you believe that you're right here and there's a gap and there's your potential, if you believe that it's possible, only then will you be able to do the things that are necessary. One of the first things you need to do is iron has to sharpen iron. Go find some iron out there that you can sharpen your blade so that you can cut through the bullshit of life and you can get to where you want to go, right? I love you guys. You guys are great. If you want to find out more about me, you can go to economics.com, EKANOMICS.com. Find me on Twitter. You can follow me. I appreciate you guys sharing this with all your friends and followers. I want you guys to have a great Monday. I want you to dominate your week, right? Hey, what's going on? The P3 Solution. I am on every social platform you can think of. Come find me if you want. Look, I want you to dominate this week. We are almost at the end of 2015. Do you realize that? And we, all of us, I have struggled. Look, I should be further along in what I'm trying to do, but I'm not. So I'm calling myself out. I want you to make it clear. I'm not just calling you out. I'm calling myself out. I should be further along in my process, but I'm not. We're about to hit October this week. Do you understand that? We have 2 more months left of this damn year of 2015. Have you accomplished everything you want to accomplish in this year? In January 1st, when you were looking back after you finished with the champagne and singing Old Lang Syne, when you looked in the mirror and said, "I'm going to accomplish this, and that this year"? Are you anywhere close to it? If you are, give yourself a pat on the back and go 10x. If you're not, look yourself in the mirror and call yourself out like I am. Only difference is I'm doing it publicly, right? I'm located in the Washington, D.C. area to Stack Life. I'm right outside D.C. in Virginia. And if you're not where you want to be, look yourself in the mirror and say, what the hell am I doing or not doing that I haven't got to exactly? 10x that shit. You need to 10x it. Everything else, if you do it 100x, I need to raise my goals. I have my goals at a certain level. I said, I don't know if I'm going to get there. I brought them down a bit. I was like, this is crazy. I need to raise them. Because even if I miss, I'm going to get higher than I originally thought. Right? So, all right, you guys are amazing. Let's connect. Reach out to me. Again, you can find me on Twitter, follow me, whatever. Send me a tweet. I'll respond. If you need to connect, we'll connect. You could DM me, whatever. Again, you can go to economics.com. You learn more about my coaching. I do business coaching, help them with pricing and strategy so they can grow their business and grow their sales. In addition to that, you can also find my book, Start Me Up, the No Business Plan at startmeupbook.com. Thank you guys for being here. My phone is literally about to die. It's probably like less than 10%. Thank you so much, Matthew Partain. You have an amazing day. Oh, so Sandy, Sharia Mia's right. Economics, mission, mindset, and money. Thank you, Kim Inspired. Thank you, Kim. You are awesome. You guys are awesome. Thank you for following me. Look, mission, mindset, money. Those three areas matter the most. If you do not focus on those three areas, you will have train wreck in your life at some point in time. I don't wish that for you. I want you to see your future. However, people who struggle in life do not have those three areas handled. If those three areas are not handled, it's almost like a three-legged stool can support anything. But a lot of people, they got legs missing. And so you're trying to balance on one leg or two legs. It's not going to work. And that's why you stand up for a bit and then you end up falling because it's not sustainable. So it's basically a three-legged stool. And that you got to get that stuff together. You can do it. There's an abundance of cash and money in this world. You don't understand. People understand this. There are people who made like probably $100 million this week, and you've never heard of them. So you can't tell me there's not ample money. There are people making hundreds of millions of dollars every single day in the world, in this country alone, right? Doing the exact same thing that you're doing, whatever that is. The key is, how do I go out and get it? So, okay, so I got to ratchet up. Exactly. We're operating from a place of abundance, friends, not scarcity. All right, I'm out of here. My phone literally is about to die. Love you guys. Have a great Monday. Dominate it.